So this video is just going to show you how to create a scene. Now this is your assignment. The other things are practice and you should do those, but what you're going to turn into me is what we're going to do here. So in this, what we're trying to do is combine both 1 and 2 point perspective to create the illusion of things in a landscape that have a sense of depth to them. So I'm going to walk you through some steps, and then don't just copy mine. I want you to kind of come up with your own scene, okay? So here are the rules for this. Everything that has 1 point perspective will have the same vanishing point, and everything that has 2 point perspective will use the same vanishing points. So I'll walk you through that as we're going. So you can put your horizon line further up or further down depending on what you want. If you want a lot of things to look like they're up in the air, you might want to put the horizon down lower. If you want a lot of things below, you might want to put the horizon line up higher. So you can choose. If you're not sure, just put it in the middle and see what happens, okay? So I'm just going to put mine in the middle to see what happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to draw a vanishing point on my horizon line. This can be anywhere, but I'm just going to put mine right here. Can you see that? It's a little hard to see. I'll put it in white so you can kind of see it. There we go. And then I'm going to think about drawing a few things in 1 point perspective. So try to get creative. Just make things that are kind of blocky. So let's say I want to put a car in there, right? So I'm going to try to draw the front face of the car. Actually, you could do it this way, would be fine. So let me put it over here. I'm going to put a car parked this way. Now this can be really simple, right? I'm just going to try to draw really simple. Okay, there's my car. So now here's the rule, right? Everything has to go to this vanishing point. Then if I want to finish this car, right, there's my car. See? There it is. And you can just draw some wheels in there. Okay? Does that make sense? If I want to put the windows in there, right, I could just put some little boxes in there. So remember, with 1 point perspective, our rule is vertical, horizontal, or to the vanishing point, okay? If I want to put this car on a road, let's just say the road is coming out and this car is kind of parked sideways on it for whatever reason, right? Here's the road, okay? Maybe there's an intersection here. Let's draw a road this way. I'm getting kind of inventive. You can keep yours kind of simple. Let's say there's some dashes in the road, right? They would all go to that line, okay? Now, let's add some buildings to this, okay? So let's put a couple of vanishing points in here for our 2 point perspective. Okay. Now, here's a big, tall building. This is a city that we're in. So go to my vanishing points. Building. Let's add some windows to that building. So if I draw, okay. Let's add a door. Okay. So remember the rule for 2 point, which is that it can be vertical or to the vanishing point, okay? So let's say I want to add a nice long window here. Okay. Seem good? Let's say I want to put a fence in. These people, they like their privacy, right? So we'll go like this. We'll draw a vertical. Right? This could be our fence. That's not a great fence, but it's okay. Let's say we want to make a sign up here. Let's put a vertical. And then this would go to our vanishing point. vanishing point. See that? Say this is a sign up in the air here. I'll just draw a little circle down there. You see that? Let's say this is Greta Town. We're gonna put this. You can put here's Greda. There you go. You can't really see that. So that could, let's say somebody left a free box of kittens by the roadside. Here you can put a box down here. These would go to the vanishing point, right? To the vanishing point. This is vertical. This is a vertical. This goes to the vanishing point. Okay? This is the kittens. I didn't say it had to be logical, right? There we go. If you want to draw some kittens in there, you can. What else? You could put a house. You could put, another building facing forward. So if I drew a building over here that was facing us, then it would have to go to this vanishing point, right? Let's overlap these two a little bit. Okay. So stick a building in there. So this isn't very complicated. I think have fun with it and experiment with some things, put some buildings, put some windows, maybe you put something with bricks or that has siding on it, so you have to go down to the orthogonal lines. You could draw a train coming towards us, right? So if you think about something facing you, so even if it was something, like I said, just keep it really basic. I'm not looking for you to make something, that magical, but you could make a car that looks like it's coming towards you. We're just trying to make things that are really blocky. That's fine, no big deal. So just play around with it. Maybe put in a sidewalk. If you had a sidewalk that was over here, I'm kind of running out of room. Let's see where I can draw. I can draw over here so you can still see it. But if I had a sidewalk, right, that sidewalk would go to the vanishing point, and then the lines that define the sidewalk would just be horizontals, like that, to sort of make it look like it's coming towards me. You could do railroad tracks that way. What else? You could put a row of parking meters in. You could put a window storefront with Venetian blinds in it. Anything, right? So I think try to think about coming up with just a little scene of your own. I know some of us are not like terribly creative, and so this might terrify you a little bit, but I think just experiment with some things and remember the rules. Sometimes you can just start drawing boxes in there and then figure out what they are later. But your assignment is to create a scene for me. You're going to get 25 points for this. You need to just scan it, or if you can take a good photo of it, that's fine too. But I want it to look like a scene with some details. So it shouldn't just look like a bunch of boxes. Try your best to make something that looks like some kind of a scene. I am known to give extra credit for this project if you go above and beyond and make something terribly detailed, or you take time to add nice coloring or that stuff, right? But at the bare minimum, I'm looking for you to mix 1 and 2 point perspective to create some kind of a scene that has depth to it. And I would say I want to see you with maybe at least 3 things in 1 point perspective and 3 things in 2 point perspective, okay? So I think that happened in my image here. So I have this truck and this car and this building. They're all in 1 point perspective, and they go to the same vanishing point. And then I have this sign, the box of kittens, and the building, and they are all 2 point perspective, and they go to the vanishing point. So this would be enough to satisfy the assignment, okay? And just make sure that you have some details so it's just not boxes in an empty space. So put some details in there, okay? And And that's it. Email me if you have questions.